An absolutely stunning day here in Palm Desert, California. Got some news I want to share with all of you. Feel free to comment down below on any of these articles, anything you want to talk about. Many people say that these are the best comments on YouTube, and I do believe that. You really have woken up a lot of people. You really make all of us think. The comments are absolutely incredible. Keep them coming. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. The hedge today, we don't need anything they have except friendship. Trump. Trounce's new Canadian Prime Minister Carney ahead of White House visit. Now, I will say this. Mark Carney, Prime Minister of Canada, last week. I have nothing against the Canadians. We have lots of fine Canadians that come out here to the desert. Many of them say that they're not going to come back now because they don't like our president. That's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. But, you know, Carney last week was really talking like a tough guy. He looked very weak, in my opinion, today at the White House. Maybe that's just my opinion. Maybe I read it wrong. But he didn't come across as very stern, very confident, very tough. Trump said this: "We don't want cars from Canada." He said this right to his face. "We don't want cars from Canada. We don't want Canadian steel. We don't want aluminum from Canada. There's no reason for the U.S. to subsidize Canada. Canada will need to take care of itself." And Carney just looked lost, in my opinion, very uncomfortable, in my opinion. Trump went on to say, "We cannot justify subsidizing Canada." What are your thoughts on this? Did you watch this today? It was very, very interesting. But why are we building cars in Canada? Why are we subsidizing Canada? Why are we buying steel from Canada? We can do all of that right here in America. Hopefully the meeting goes well today that they had. Again, I wish no ill will to Canada, but America better start looking out for itself. And you know, one thing Carney did say is Canada is not for sale. Trump responded by saying, "Never say never." Interesting. So he wasn't going to let him get away with it. But while all this is going on, gold today up over $100 an ounce yet again. And there's an article on the hedge today. Whales and minnows swimming to gold. Is gold peaking right now, ladies and gentlemen? Comment down below. Is gold peaking? My opinion is no. Egan Von Greer's opinion is no. And this is why. We have $37 trillion of U.S. debt, $200 trillion of unfunded liabilities. Central banks have been stacking gold over U.S. Treasuries since 2014, tripling their gold purchases since the weaponization of the dollar in 2022. Egan Von Greer says this, I agree, stocks are in a major bubble. And if you look at what Warren Buffett is doing, he's got about $350 billion in cash on the side right now. Jeff Bezos cashing in, talking about cashing in $4.8 billion of Amazon stock. I don't think gold is even close to peaking, my opinion. Just my opinion, let me know yours. Whales and minnows won't want paper promises. And as things get more chaotic, more uncertain, as we see more countries dumping U.S. treasuries, I think that is a recipe for gold to go up, not down. I would not be shocked to see gold over $4,000 an ounce by the end of this year. So yesterday it was up, what, $100 or around $100. Today it's up over $100. Gold knows something. Something is going on. And the whales have known something's been going on for a long time, and that's why they've been stockpiling gold. Make sure you have some gold in your portfolio. Not financial advice, but I think everybody needs to have real assets, not paper promises. I think you really need to be protecting yourself with real hard assets like gold. Silver had a nice day too. Did very, very well. I think it was up nearly $1 today. If you need some help with getting gold or silver, go to my link down below, SD Bullion. NIH closes experimentation labs accused of brutally deleting thousands of beagles for 40+ years. You can love Trump, you can hate Trump, But this is one of the greatest things a president could do, in my opinion, is closing these labs that did horrific things to many, many animals, especially dogs, especially beagles. If you own a beagle, you should be very, very happy with this news. Here's what they were doing: pumping pneumonia-causing bacteria into more than 2,000 beagles' lungs, forcing them into septic shock. That's just one of the things they were doing. So here's the solution to ending this: stop the money, you stop the madness. So this administration just saved a lot of dogs, a lot of animals, not from a certain death, but from a lot of torture. This is absolutely disgusting, demonic in my opinion. And it amazes me that we have people in the medical field that do this for a living. Disgusting. Torturing animals. Absolutely disgusting. So I'm glad to see that they put an end to this. They need to put an end to more of this. This is still going on, but this is definitely a great step in the right direction. Again, you can love this guy, hate this guy, but at the end of the day, this is absolutely disgusting. It's demonic. It's torture. And we as a society need to put an end to this. And, you know, as you know, I'm a dog lover. I'm an animal lover. I cannot even imagine these disgusting human beings, these demonic human beings that go to work every day and torture animals for a living. And most of this is needless. 99% of this, absolutely needless. And so it needs to come to an end. It is coming to an end, and we should support this. Again, love this guy, hate this guy. This is one of the best news stories I'm going to report to you today. Mattel CEO says toy manufacturing won't come to America, but price hikes will. So they're going to manufacture, maybe not so much in China, but they're just going to manufacture in other countries with lower tariffs. So they're going to continue to raise prices. They're going to continue to source these products in other countries. And they're saying that no country will represent more than 25% of Mattel's sourcing. So, you know, at the end of the day, Mattel's not coming back to America. They're just going to use cheap labor in another country. Expect Christmas gifts for your kids to be more expensive this year. Billionaire hedge fund manager Paul Tudor Jones says stock market will hit new lows even if Trump cuts China tariffs to 50%. What do you think about that? Trump did say today that we're going to get some really, really good news on Thursday, Friday, or Monday. Didn't say what it was. Maybe we've got multiple trade deals. But do we have the deal that we need, and that is with China? Is China going to sit back and see how this plays out? Is China going to sit back and exercise pain onto American consumers right now? I don't know. What's the good news? I don't know. Maybe they're going to end the war in Ukraine. That would be great news. But Thursday, Friday, Monday, get ready. We're supposed to have some good news. We shall see. The trade deficit hit a record in March as companies rushed to import goods ahead of tariffs. Where's this one coming from? This from Market Watch. The U.S. international trade deficit, including goods and services, widened 14% in March to a record seasonally adjusted $140.5 billion. Year to date, the trade deficit has doubled from last year. Exports increased 0.2%. Imports increased 4.4%. So we are really having our lunch taken from us, and we need to start making things here. We have a couple big problems here. We are overspending. We are not manufacturing. We are a nation of consumption. 70% of our GDP is consumption. How do we continue to exist as a superpower when mostly what we do is consume? What we produce is debt. This is not going to go on forever, ladies and gentlemen. And on top of that, we have a weakening of the US dollar. Gold is warning us that something has broken. The dollar is being challenged. The dollar is going to be in big trouble at some point. I think you need to have dollars right now till you don't. I think it's more important to have gold right now and have some silver. Pre-tariff car buying frenzy leaves Americans with a big debt problem. Another article today. People are out buying cars. People right now, I think, are using the tariffs to justify going out and buying a big screen TV, going out buying a pickup truck or an SUV or a car. People are offloading cars. Many of these people are offloading cars that really they have no problem with, but they're using this as an excuse that, oh, I better go buy a car because, you know, we're going to have another shortage, prices are going to go up. And maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. There was a woman in here in the article that sold her Volkswagen to buy a $65,000 BMW with $20,000 down. Her payment was around $500 a month. Her insurance is probably $200, maybe $300 a month. So she's at $700, $800 a month now to drive a BMW X5. And she said nothing was wrong with her car. So is this a good idea to do something like this? It's a terrible idea. You're taking on bigger payments with inflation rising, the cost of everything going up, and now maybe you didn't have a car payment or you had a smaller car payment, and now you transition into a car payment or a bigger car payment with higher insurance. 2.7 million car repos in the United States just last year. The average new car payment, $734 a month. And people are taking out loans at 7 to 8 years in order to afford these cars. This is going to be a very painful and expensive lesson for a lot of Americans. If your car is fine, it's been reliable, you know what? This is probably a horrible time to buy a car. They're overpriced, and now they're going to be even more overpriced because the dealerships are going to use the tariffs as an excuse to jack up prices. People, you got to be really, really careful right now. Here's an article today all over the internet. Break-in whore Jennifer Aniston intruder held up at gunpoint after ramming car through gates of her Bel Air pad while she was at home. $27 million home, 17,000 square feet. I am no fan of Jennifer Aniston, but I bring this article up to share with you another example of why you may feel safe at home and you have a very, very false sense of security because you live in a gated community or you lock your doors at night. So she's in Bel Air. She's got armed security. She's got walls. She's got a big gate in front of her house, and somebody attempted to ram through it and apparently did get through it. Her security detail detained this individual at gunpoint. Later, LAPD arrived. So this is another reminder that if you live in a gated community, you're not as safe as you think you are. If you live in a nice neighborhood, you're not as safe as you think you are. You lock your doors at night, you're not as safe as you think you are. There are very, very bad people out there. Again, no fan of Jennifer Aniston, but take this as a reminder that you need to be ready. Now, most people don't have an armed security detail at their home 24 hours a day like Jennifer Aniston does, but you have to be your own detail. You have to be prepared for anything. It can happen at any time of the day, any time at night, morning, etc. You need to be prepared for this stuff because you are your last line of defense. LAPD, wherever you live, whatever police you have, sheriff, it is going to take minutes, if not hours, depending where you live, for them to arrive. Certain parts of LA, it's going to take about an hour. Many parts of this country, it's going to take nearly an hour. Maybe in Bel Air, it may take, less. But use this as a reminder that no matter where you live, no matter how expensive the homes are in your neighborhood, it only takes one bad person to come to your house and do something very, very bad. So make sure that you're brushing up on those skills, you have the proper tools, and that you're exercising situational awareness even at your own home. Always be prepared. So I wanted to share that with you. Here's another one today. We talked about this yesterday. Rite Aid, bankrupt again. Drove by a Walgreens today in India, gone. Another one bites the dust. This was not Rite Aid, but a Walgreens in India, gone. And we are seeing more and more of these pharmacies closing down. And it's just a sign of the times, what's happening to the economy, what's happening with theft and downsizing. All of this is contributing to more of these stores closing down. So I wanted to share that with you. Again, gold is absolutely flashing red. Something has broken. Markets today, Dow Jones down about 400 points. So we're seeing more volatility in the markets. And, I just don't know what's going to happen with China, but I would be prepared for a very, very long fight as far as this trade war goes with China. Maybe we're going to get some good news on Thursday, Friday, Monday. Maybe India, maybe a couple countries we've got an agreement with. That's great. But at the end of the day, the only country that really matters is China, because they produce most of what we buy here in America. But we're seeing more pharmacies closing. I'm seeing more empty warehouses in my area. More restaurants have closed. More stores have closed. Please comment down below. Let me know what you're seeing in your area, and what are some things we should be doing. Let me know your thoughts. What are some things we should be doing right now to prepare for empty shelves? We're hearing about how we're going to begin to see empty shelves in the next couple weeks. What are you doing to prepare? What should we all be doing to prepare? Is there anything we can be doing to prepare? So please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'm going to leave it there today. God bless every one of you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Take care.